So in the next program, to construct a loop, and we'll try to explain the jump instructions that use this Z flag register as well as this negative register. So generally, the computer programs, they often contain loops where the same sequence of code is repeatedly executed, right? Same sequence of code is repeatedly executed until or while certain condition is met, such as like the loops, or we say that iterative statements are the most useful feature of programming language. So at the instruction level, the loops use conditional jump instructions to jump back to the start of the loop or to jump out of the loop. So in this activity, we'll try to, this activity is created to demonstrate the use of the jump instruction. In the previous activity, we used the comparison operation instructions. In this activity, we'll try to create the jump instructions, which often uses the result of a compare instruction, such as jump instructions use the Z flag register and the negative flag registers to jump or not to jump. Okay, so let us try to create a code. Let me add a new instruction. Okay, that let me say move the value 2 into a register. Suppose the general purpose register, let me select R0 register, for example. Okay, and create the instruction. So that moves the value 2 into R0 instruction. Then we can create a loop. So to create a loop, let me click on new label. And here you can give the label name. Let me give the label name like label 1. Okay. So where it gives the starting point of the loop. Okay. Let me say okay. So that label 1 is created. Okay. That next instruction. So then let me try to perform a operation or statement that add the value 1 into the register, suppose the R0 register. Let me select the R0 register where I added 2 to the R0 register initially, that is there. So 1 plus 2, that gives the value 3. Okay, so let me compare this value, use the comparison statement. Let me compare this value 4 with the register value that is in R0. Okay, comparison. So the condition will be false. Okay, the condition will be false. So then the jump instruction, we are interested in the jump instruction. So that is give that the summarization that jump less than this value. Which one? Jump to which target? Jump to the level 1 when this comparison, this 4 is less than this value. So just me add this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let me jump it to, yeah. So level 1, then let me create this instruction. So by summarizing what the above code is doing means, it is jumping back to this equation. Let me try to execute this. Let me just edit this once again. Instead of 2, if I select 0, then how many times it will execute? Let us see. So if I click on this executing this first instruction, the value 0 is moved into the R0. Then it is going to the next instruction where level 1 is the loop. The next instruction, if I execute this add instruction, that adds 1 to the R0 content 0, so that is equals to 1. So this 1 compared with this value 4. So 1 is less than 4. So if I click on comparison, here you can see that which status flag is selected. That is the negative status flag is selected. So then by executing this jump less than, it goes to execute this instruction again, the add instruction. By double clicking that, another value is added, that is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. That will be compared with 4, that is less than 4. So the negative flag is set, and then executing this instruction, jump back to add, and this will continue until the execution, until this jump condition comes false. So let me just run this and check it out. So the instruction, if you look at the CPU runtime, it gives some nanoseconds, 6.125. And here the value in R0 is 4. And this loop is continued. That means the instruction at logical location 0 is from 0 to 18 executed iteratively or repeatedly. Correct? So this exercise, this activity demonstrates the use of this jump condition, jump less than, jump greater than. So what are the jump conditions are there? Means you can see the jumps unconditionally. For that, the operation code is jump. Jump equals to, when it is comparing the value, okay, when it is equal, it jumps to the target. Jump not equals to, jump greater than or equals to, jump less than or equals to, jump not equals to 0. Okay, and this is jumps if Z status flag is set, and this one is calls the subroutine. Okay, so these are different operation codes that we'll try to examine in the next video.